So, some of you might be thinking, Vento, you've already made a video about Sonic Unleashed, the next Sonic video should be Sonic Frontiers. What's going on? And you might be thinking as well, why are you playing as Shadow? Sonic's the only playable character in Sonic Unleashed. Like, has there been a remake or an HD port? Well, this is not a remake or an official port, but we do have a port of Sonic Unleashed on PC. This is called Sonic Unleashed Recompiled, and it is made by a very, very talented group of fans. I'll leave the link to download the game in the description. But essentially, now I don't really know the technical aspects of it. This is an emulation. From what I know, and like I say, my knowledge on how this works is extremely limited, they've basically reversed engineered the code so it was as if it was just a native PC port, like Sonic Frontiers as an example, that was released on the PlayStation, Xbox, Switch and PC. This is just basically a native PC port. So first thing about it, it runs at a constant smooth 60 FPS, and you can bump it up to however much you want. As it is a PC game, it is extremely customizable, and this is all in the options. But yeah, it is just the original game, with a couple of quality of life improvements that you can adjust in the menu. You can map actions on the controller, you can, like I mentioned, adjust anything regarding the screen settings. You can, which is honestly the biggest point of praise I can give to the project, you can turn off the Werehog battle theme. And like, I never thought the theme was bad, but it gets played at literally any enemy you face, and I made a complaint of that in my original Sonic Unleashed video. But you can turn this off, and for special one-off fights, or when you fight the Dark Gaia enemies in the camera possession thing, you can, it plays the theme there, so you can still hear it on occasion. It just doesn't overtake the brilliant rest of the absolutely brilliant rest of the soundtrack that's in Sonic Unleashed nighttime stages, because in the original you can barely hear any of the nighttime themes without the like taking over, and then if I remember right, it loops back to the beginning, so you don't really get to hear the music in full, and it's annoying. Even if it doesn't loop back to the beginning, it's still annoying. And a very big boon of having the game on PC now is the use of mods, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but that is how I'm playing as Shadow in a daytime stage. It's thanks to a mod. It's not only for characters, it's also very easy to adjust the game. A big complaint in the game in general, and I didn't really think it was much of a big deal until the final continent, I think it's Adabat. The collection of the Sun and Moon medals, I know, was something that put people off. You can easily download mods that adjust the balance of them, so you don't have to collect as many or get rid of it, and the XP entirely, just so you have all of the game's moves, and you can just go to any level from the outset that's available. And part of me likes that, you know, it means more people can get into the game, and more power to them. But I played through all of the game, and I personally just stuck with how it was, because I never thought the Sun and Moon medals were that egregious, apart from, like I say, the last continent where the requirements did get a little bit silly. But overall, it was bad, and I kind of wanted to experience the game again as it was intended. You've also got all the DLC stages here and accounted for, and I really glossed over them in my original video, but these DLC levels are rock hard. Like, I'll definitely need to make another video going over the DLC levels, but they are challenging as fuck. Like, they do not mess around. But they're kind of fun in their own ways once you die a few times and you kind of understand what the level wants from you. Like, it was fun to go back to them. I really enjoyed it. Now, part of why this is such a big deal is because Sonic Unleashed has never had a proper port to modern consoles. The closest thing that it has officially is the backwards compatibility on the Xbox One and Xbox Series S and X, I think. But I don't know how well that is. As far as I know, like, it's fine, but it's not... It could be better from what I know in terms of how it runs. But now there's a... Like I say, I never ran into any frame issues, and it was really fun to experience these levels as they were intended, but just the Xbox 360 and PS3 just couldn't handle them, like, bless them. It took nearly 20 years for us to have the technology to have Sonic Unleashed at a stable frame rate. And as far as I know, another positive of the Recompiled project over emulation is just there's a lot less things that can go wrong, and it's a lot less hardware intensive, because an emulator, it's trying to make, you know, it has to act as if it's running a console in the background as well as the game, and there are different issues that can come with that, whereas you've just got this single application running. In order to get it to work, though, you can't just download it and everything works fine. You do need to have the files for the game and the DLC if you want to include that. Now, you can either, and as you should be doing, you rip the files yourself from a copy of Sonic Unleashed on the Xbox 360 or PS3, and I do own the Xbox 360 version, or you can get the files online and do it that way. I cannot point anywhere towards how this is done because I think that's technically illegal, but it's very easy to do after some quick Google searches. Like, there are like tutorials on YouTube as well, I'm pretty sure, that teach you how everything all works. Like, after a little bit of time of researching, it's pretty simple in terms of how you do it and easy to follow. But something that did get me, that I did get out of this as well, is the aforementioned mod scene. Like I mentioned, I hadn't really touched mods up until this point. Like, I very, very occasionally dabbled with them, but like nothing major. But I really got into modding different games, Sonic games in particular. And a really easy tool for that is the hedge-mod manager, which I will also leave a link to download in the description. It just helps make the process a lot easier, and it really got me thinking that once I finish the main series Sonic games and do some of the spin-offs, like the handhelds, that sort of thing, I definitely want to go back and do like mod showcases for the respective games in the series that I think are cool, and games outside of Sonic as well. Videos that I'm also probably going to do, like I mentioned, I'll probably do a video on the DLC, like challenge videos, that sort of thing. I just really got me thinking about other stuff that I could do, so thank you indirectly, the Recompiled project, for that. That's cool. But I would definitely, even if you've played Sonic Unleashed, I would definitely recommend downloading this and giving it a shot, even if you played it recently, because just playing it in this new way, with all these quality of life improvements and extra things that you can put into the game, was a massive breath of fresh air. And like, I always thought Sonic Unleashed was a good game. It was never one of my personal favourites, but I always enjoyed the game. But yeah, the main thing that really held Sonic Unleashed back, it was never really the Werehog, it was never the only Sonic is playable, it was never the Sun and Moon medals, it really was the technical performance that bogged the game down the most, in my view. And now that I've played it in this new way, where it's a lot easier to appreciate all the things that it does well, I'm still not super into the Werehog, but there's even mods that change the combat for him and make it a lot more enjoyable and a lot more intense. The main one I'm thinking of is, I think it's called Like a Werehog. It's kind of a adaptation of the Yakuza / Like a Dragon way of how they do beat 'em up combat, which I'm a big fan of that series, and also something I should cover on the channel. So, yeah, that's really cool. I'm all for it. But being able to go back to the daytime levels and just play them completely seamlessly, really made me appreciate how intricately designed Unleashed stages are. Like, I do think Sonic Generations is the better package overall. This is getting a bit out of the scope of the video, but I think Sonic Generations is probably a better package overall, but I think Sonic Unleashed probably has quite a lot of the, like, better designed levels. Eggman Land's still fucking... I don't know what to think of Eggman Land. That shit's crazy. But especially the last couple, the Jungle Joyride in particular stands out to me, and like some parts of Dragon Road. Like, it's a lot easier to appreciate how those are designed, and like, oh, whoa, this is really pretty. Oh, whoa, there's so many paths that connect to this, that you can go down. So even if you feel like you're gonna fail, there's always a way to get back on track, rather than, damn, this do be looking like a PowerPoint presentation. But please let me know your thoughts and experiences on the project. Again, a massive shout out to the creators of the project, and a very, very well done. Like, as far as I know, this is something that's not common at all. Like, just, especially games of like the early HD era, to be just reverse engineered and recompiled. That's a massive technical achievement, so they should all be very proud. And a big thank you to them for letting us experience the game in this way. And hopefully it paves the way for more projects like this, not just in Sonic, but just across games in general, to help keep game preservation alive and make them more accessible and more easily adjustable to be more enjoyable to more people. But yeah, this is Vento. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.